are the culture. We are the cultural influencers. Like, we really are.
You know, we have to understand that we are not our past. No, if you have a purpose and you want to fight for it, go towards it.
And make sure you fight for it.
Here we grow.
Here we go. What up, y'all? Welcome back to the Be Selfish podcast. I'm your girl, Sharrell.
I'm Lily.
Lily, my belle.
Hi. We're back.
We're back. New set.
New couch.
New mics.
New mics.
What up, Mr. Producer?
We there, Z.
Okay.
Bop, bop, bop. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to be here.
I'm happy to be here. I'm super excited. We always do check-ins, you guys. So, Lily, how you feeling? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I am doing good. Life has been lifing, but in the best way possible, which is
staying strong.
Girl, strong. Like, you got to. Life will whoop ass if you don't. So, yeah. Speaking of strong, like, I feel like that's been the mantra of this month for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, being strong. But I'm at the point where it's like, I don't know if I'm being strong or am I numb?
Like numb to what? Like numb to?
Numb to paying bills. Numb to like constantly having to like work on myself. Numb to being the strongest friend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You ever feel that way?
You could definitely say it's a thin line between being strong and becoming numb to pain.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Like, you have to think about it. Like, you have your strength. You go through things. You make sure you don't do things wrong, right?
Yeah, we try.
Or if someone is pressuring you, or just pressure within anything, pressure between work, friendships, relationships, you know, it's that pressure of like, okay, I'm gonna get things done. I'm gonna do what I have to do. But then sometimes like we have to understand they're also human.
Yeah.
So it's like not everything, like we can't hold everything.
No.
We can't.
No.
We gonna break at one point. So it's like, it's okay. I guess you could say it's okay to break down. It's okay to sit down. It's okay to basically like, I'm human. I need to separate for 1 second and come back.
But it made me think, like, when's the last time like you really broke down?
Can we break down?
Yeah.
That's two separate questions though, but two very good questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
last time, okay, for me, the last time I broke down, okay. Lord, I got watery eyed just now. Why? It's not even that deep,
this
but you
is
know,
y'all therapy session.
Yeah.
I said this to Lily before, like this is y'all therapy, so that's what it is.
Yeah.
You know, so welcome back.
I think the last time, I know the last time I broke down, it's always in my living room, which is so wild. It's in my living room.
It's home.
Yeah, home, like my sacred space. And I was at a point where I'm just like talking to God, but I'm having to deal with so much things with family. Like, I feel like the monarch of my family, right? So when you're the monarch of your family, you're trying to keep everybody else on track and keep the family tight, keep everything tight knit. But then you're like, damn, who's checking on me?
Yep.
Like, I'm tired too.
Yep.
You know, so
who's checking on the strong friend?
Yeah, like literally, who's checking on the strong friend? And that was the last time I really broke down.
What made you broke down, if you don't mind?
I just felt like our family is going through so many transitions right now when it comes to like moving and fights and you know, people in their relationships. Like, so many moving parts are happening right now, and it's easy for the family to split up, you know? So imagine trying to, because everybody knows how big I am on family. Imagine trying to like keep everybody's,
you're trying to be the glue.
literally trying to be the glue, you know. Grandparents are sick, they're getting older. You're just trying to figure out like, okay, how can I be everything for everybody? I literally can't. But how do you keep the family together? So that is very hard.
And I must say, like, your family, y'all are very tight.
Yeah.
Like, it's always like a party going on. Every other month is someone's birthday.
Okay.
And even the OGs, y'all celebrate their birthday.
Yeah.
Like, y'all booked me to film like a 90th birthday party,
Yeah.
right? And I
Yes.
seen on Instagram you had another one
Yeah.
just the other day. So I can understand where you're coming from because it's like your family is very like tight.
Yeah.
you
And that's
know?
not easy. It's
Yeah.
like, but you have to like be super intentional. Like, I said, damn, we don't, years ago, we weren't celebrating each other's birthdays, showing up, or, if a grandparent was sick, like everybody wasn't pulling up to the hospital and making sure they're good. Like, so it gets exhausting sometimes, but I'm like, okay, if I want to have like longevity with family, then this is just what we got to do. But it's really exhausting sometimes. Sometimes I do feel numb to it because it's like, damn, can somebody else take over? But yeah, how about you? Last time you like really broke down. Can you tell the difference between you being strong and numb?
I could tell that there was a point in my life that I did feel numb. And then now I basically can understand that, okay, that I understood the difference between having strength, being a strong person, and then becoming numb. For me, at that point, I was like, damn, I was expecting negativity. Like, if things were going good, I'm like, all right, things are too good to be true. Something's up.
Why do we do that?
There's something. No, this is too good to be true, because that's when I started realizing, no, just accept the good.
Yeah.
Like, accept that things are happening, accept that you deserve what's happening.
Okay.
Accept that you passed that pain. Now you can appreciate good. You can appreciate something good, and that comes, like I said, it comes between relationships, friendships, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So that's where I give, like, I guess you could say, like, a self-reflection of like how I was probably like 2-3 years ago. Not even, like 4 or 5 years ago. As far as like, I was crying every single day. I was always talking about, why me? Why is this happening to me? Like, why I don't do nothing. I don't bother nobody. I haven't done wrong. Like, I just want to, serve my kids. I just want to serve my family. I just want to be able to do what I want to do.
I love that you say serve, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, people don't, that word serve in itself is so powerful. Like, how can I serve you? It's almost like Chick-fil-A, right? Like when they say like, my pleasure, it's like, I love that word serve.
There's kindness in serving, because I get kind of, it fills me when I could say I can do this for my family.
Yeah.
And then it's appreciated, or I see my kids playing in a safe environment, and I'm like, I'm serving my purpose of making sure my kids are safe. So like, but if we focus on negative stuff, we don't get to appreciate little things like that, because we overlook it. We go straight, because I'm a victim of that. I do it. I still do it to this day. I go straight into looking at the negative stuff, because I was so used to pain.
Yeah.
I was so used to things going wrong. I didn't feel like I deserved things going right for me. Like, I was deep, dark circle.
But you know what? Lately I've been saying, and I heard this from, I think it was TD Jakes, but he said, hard times have an expiration date. That was big for me. Like, hard time has an expiration date. What?
Yeah.
That puts so much in perspective for me, And even now, like, affirmations, I'm getting big back on my affirmations, right? And one thing that I've been saying lately is like, the right eyes are on me. Everything comes to me easily. Like, because if not, you're going to go down this like same cycle of just like negative. It's too good to be true, but it could really be too good to be true. And
it
like,
could be.
It'll be fine.
It could be. There's points in my life that I had to kind of be the strong person for myself, right? And I would literally like go in the mirror, close the door. There's a house full of kids running around. I'll close the door and I'll stare at myself, because like, you got to check yourself. If nobody's gonna check on you, check yourself.
Fendi facts.
Right? So I would literally go and I would look at myself in the mirror and be like, yo, God is not gonna put nothing in front of me I can't handle.
Right.
Understand that it's not a punishment, it's a lesson.
Yeah.
So that's something that I had to keep repeating to myself, it's not a punishment. You don't deserve this, but you need to learn from this, grow from it, be able to understand that if you see any kind of red flags or any kind of things that kind of trigger the same kind of pain, get the fuck out of it.
Yeah, for real.
Excuse my language, but get the hell out. Like, get out of it, because that was basically God saying, like, you know, you get burned once, don't get burned again. So you see something similar, get out.
Yeah.
You like remember that pain you went through and let that be that. But sometimes people just compare that to like, oh, I went through worse, so that's nothing. Like, they get used to the pain. They want to continue that cycle. And
I don't think they want to. I think they are accustomed to it, where they adapt to it. Right? They adapt to the cycle. Because as you're talking, I'm like, oh, okay. I'm identifying the numbness, right? When you be like, y'all been through worse, that's the numbness.
Yeah.
Literally. Because we always say it. Like, I say, oh, I went through that. I could easily get through this, you know?
Right. But I think the strength comes into play when Sharrell mentioned the TDJ quote. There's another TDJ quote about feeling worthy.
Ooh, yes.
And that's when you can identify if you're strong or not.
Yeah.
Is when you know you're worthy.
Yeah.
And as you were speaking, I was like, oh yeah, that's a great quote as well.
I've had to say that to myself before too. Like, I am worthy. Like, you really have to speak life into yourself.
Yep.
Like, when I go into those moments of like, okay, am I strong or am I numb? Then I have to go into like, I am powerful. I can do it. I am beautiful. I don't care if I got my Meek Mill braids in and I got pimples, like whatever. Like, it's like, I am this. Like, because if not, I'm telling you that those dark times really will slap you.
It'll let you just go deeper and deeper into it. Yep. If you don't try to pull out, if you don't try to get yourself out of it. Like, other things I would say also to myself, be like, this is temporary. Like, I guess sometimes we get so stuck in a situation that we created everything. Like, that's me. Like, I'll see something so small. I know that in Spanish, there's like this saying, like drowning in a cup of water.
Ooh, how do you say it in Spanish?
So in Spanish, it's like, ahogándote en un vaso de agua.
Y'all gonna learn Spanish, okay? I love that.
So you can tell it's a cup of water. So you could just step out of the water, but you could literally drown yourself in a cup of water. So it's like something so small that if you just change your perspective of it,
but that's like mindset,
just be a
right?
cup of water.
Everybody always talks about mindset. Like, once you change your mindset, everything around you will change as well.
Absolutely. And
they have social experiments where they'll blindfold people and put their hand in a box.
Yes.
Right? And you'll see it's their mind and their imagination that create whatever that's in that box. And a lot of times it's probably just a teddy bear or something.
Right.
But they're expecting so much worse.
Or the video with the little boy who's like in the water and he's like freaking out and she's like, stand up. And then he stands up and he's like, oh, okay.
But that's a metaphor for life.
Yeah.
Right? But again, how do we get to the point where we can identify, like, hold on, I'm being numb and I'm not being strong. You know, you have to find a way. Like you said, you was going in your room and crying and stuff like that. You be doing mirror work, you know, but a lot of people don't have that discipline to even do that.
Or even identify, like you were saying before. Like, I feel like when we get numb to situations, like for me and you, Lily, when we have our conversations, you know, you'll identify how you may pull away when you're going through something. So it's just like, okay, this is what I'll notice with you. And I do the same thing. I detach myself. Like, I am the queen of detachment if I'm over it. You know what I mean? Like, that's one. I think being easily like offended is another. That's when I know I'm numb to something. Like, now, like, my emotions is taking over. I'm easily offended. And that it's just another reason why I don't want to deal with someone or the situation or something.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many different ways that you can identify of being numb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just hope that, you know, as I always say, like, especially for women like us.
Yes.
we don't want to be strong all the time,
No,
but it's like
we motherfucking tired.
we are. But it's like, damn, like I want to be soft. I want to be taken care of. I
You
want to be like, no,
you talking
you're
my
gonna
language,
be
girl.
okay. But it's like it's so hard nowadays in the type of like generation that we're in, that we have to be strong. We have to voice ourselves. We have to be like, I don't want to come off as a bitch, but sometimes we have to.
Yeah.
Just so we could be like, no, this is my worth. I know my worth. This is my boundaries. This is what I expect.
Yep.
But then come turn around, certain men will be on some like, oh, you're such a bitch. She's
I
such
will be that,
this.
okay? Bitch hat on, loud and proud. It be like that sometimes. Like, and then don't get us to the point where we're like, I'll do it myself. Ooh, if you get us to that point.
I definitely was in that era.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like, I'll do it myself.
That was one of those like, oh, you don't think I can? All right, watch me. Okay.
Yeah.
So what is the soft era? Like, because I don't know. Like, I guess I can use context clues. Of
I
course,
have my own like way of describing the soft.
What's your way?
Because
let's what's your soft era?
Okay, soft era is anything that does not allow me to be 100% in my masculinity, right? Like there's some days where I'm straight up in my masculinity. I'm talking about down to what I wear, how I walk. I have to like really be super tough. But I would say my soft era is um being treated very delicate, me treating myself very delicate. Not having to, I don't know, always have to wear like the hard hat.
Yeah.
Whether it be friends, family, a guy that I'm dating, like them also seeing my value and treating me accordingly, like to how I feel. I feel like all of that's soft. Taking yourself out, buying yourself flowers, anything that just gives you ease and peace. To me, that's like the soft girl era. Ease and peace, soft girl era. That's how I perceive it. What do you think?
I would speak of it like in the mother's perspective. Soft era for me is basically going into becoming more nurturing. I come from, the early years of my kids, I was a single mom.
Yeah.
So I had to be mom and dad. So the same way I was nurturing, I also had to be the strict one. Like you always have to be strict, but that masculine strict, like I was mom and dad.
Yeah.
So stepping into the soft era is like, okay, now I could be nurturing mom. Now I could be like, oh, you got a boo-boo. And not be like, get up.
Okay.
Not, still do it.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit softer as in the mother aspect.
I love that nurturing.
Yeah. But in like as a woman to my partner is more of like now it's like he says something, I'm like, okay.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna do that. Sure.
Yeah.
So it's like that kind of feeling of being able to be like, someone else can voice something and then it's like my opinion matters because he'll probably ask me, he's like, are you okay with that? I'm like, you care?
Yeah,
if I'm
the
okay with
check-in.
it? Like,
Absolutely.
it's not what I was like, oh, like, no, it's whatever no, it's like, no, you're with someone who cares.
Yes.
Like being able to be in that, okay, my opinion matters.
Yes.
Like it's not, I gotta do this because I have to. I have no other choice. Like
Right.
it's either make it or break it. Like boom, like no. So that's how I kind of explain soft girl era for me. And, it's just doing, motherly and wifely things.
Yeah. I love that for us though. Like, what do you think about when you hear soft girl era when the ladies are saying it, Mr. Producer?
You got to compare it to like masculine women era. So you could, that's the polar opposites, I guess.
I'm used to dealing with strong women that know how to be feminine though. So I never really experienced the fuck you nigga, I'm not gonna listen to you, like that type of thing. Like I don't attract that. I guess maybe because of how I come off and how I carry myself. So I'm used to strong women and they know how to take a step back and be feminine and rub my head if I need it. You know what I mean?
But I think that goes also when you're dealing with a strong man and a man who can make a decision.
Right.
It allows a woman to be soft by nature because it's like, okay, he has direction. He has a vision. He knows where we're going. So I can play the passenger and yes, we both have on our seatbelt, but I know I can close my eyes and just like doze off for some hours.
Also, they don't get offended when you question.
Yes.
Like, because it would be like, okay, that's a great idea, but other men would be on some like, no, don't but that's what I say.
Yeah, and it ain't what you say, partner.
And then down the line, what she questioned happens, and you're just like, don't say nothing. I'm not trying to say I told you so.
Yeah.
But it's just allowing that I guess I would just have to say a safe place. Like the soft era is when the woman feels safe.
Yes, absolutely. And that's all we want.
Yeah. That's the soft era. When the woman feels safe and the man has to make the woman feel safe. I always say that the woman also has to make the man feel safe.
Absolutely.
Because it's a like 50-50, but it's 100-100. Like you gotta make both people have to feel safe, but definitely that's soft era.
And I agree with the 100 because when you was like, you know, the men have to make you feel comfortable to be a passenger. To me, it's not really you being a passenger. It's like we're in one car and we both got the steering wheel.
Yes.
And like Lily said, sometimes she might make a suggestion and I'm like, damn, okay, maybe I shouldn't go right. Let me make this left turn real quick.
Yeah.
You know, so we both driving.
Yeah. And it's like two are coming together, right?
Right.
But just the analogy, because there's some people that we've gotten into cars with, for example, who were like, ooh, I don't even know if I should be in this car with someone. So that's just me trying to break it down, but absolutely 100.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's giving me flashbacks about the 50-50 conversation.
What about the 50-50
Oh my God. So, hey.
Oh, we potting now.
Okay, so should we even talk about it?
Yeah, you don't have to name names.
We're definitely not going to name names, but
because 50-50 is like, I'm not gonna lie, like every time I go on Twitter, it's a video of somebody new talking about
topic.
50-50.
Yeah.
It's like in the Black community, is either we talking about sex on podcasts or this 50-50 thing or cheating or something like that.
Same old. But I have a different viewpoint on it now, which is crazy because life is always going to
teach us
lessons and real quick. So basically I went on another podcast and it was just, you know, getting to know who is Sharrell, right? And, you know, one of the questions was, do I believe in 50-50, like splitting? And I was just like, no, like I'm not splitting bills with my man, you know? Well, I didn't even go into depth about what I'm splitting or not because, for example, a man can pay all the rent, but then I'll pay like, let's say the cable, the foods in the refrigerator, parking if we have to, you know, stuff like that, little things.
Just manage the house.
And manage the house, right? And be nurturing and be all these things that put out fires even when he doesn't know that there is a fire kind of thing, right? So I didn't go into depth, but I had a conversation with my grandpa recently. And my grandpa is very a manly man. And it's so interesting because I think my grandpa is in a numb stage of his life right now. He's so used to being so strong. And like, you know, my grandpa had 2 strokes. So right now he's just like, he needs everyone to do everything for him. So I think he's kind of in the numb stage, but he's trying to fight. But I was having a conversation with my grandpa and I was like reiterating, like, Grandpa, how did you and grandma handle bills and handle certain things? And he said, I handled things, but there was some times where your grandma had to help me. Like, and you know, there's nothing wrong with that. It didn't make me feel less of a man. It didn't make your grandma feel like I was less of a man. Like sometimes she had to pay all of the bills if that's this, you know, season in life that we're in. And it really, it made me think like, okay, Sharrell, don't be a spoiled brat. You know what I mean? Like, you know what it's like to have someone take care of all like financial aspect of your relationship, but ultimately like that's not what really matters. Like what really matters is being with your family, making sure you guys have a roof over your head and you keep a roof over your head and having a true partnership. Like my grandpa's and grandma has been together for like 50 plus years.
It's
like,
beautiful.
Yo. So he's just like, hell nah. In the lack of a better word, like, hell nah, I wasn't paying all the bills for 50 years. You know what I mean? So.
And that's a real man right there.
That
Because
is
he didn't
a real
let
man.
his ego, like, you know, tell false tales. Like
Yeah.
he told the truth.
Yeah.
You know, and That's real, especially in our community, in the Black community. We already don't have anything coming up.
Yeah.
Right? So when you get with someone, you're trying to see, okay, like it's not spoken outright, like, oh, you're gonna better my life and I'm gonna better your life.
Right.
Like that's not spoken
No.
outright.
No.
You know, first y'all get together, it's quote unquote love. It's attraction, right? And then you start talking about maybe finances. You looking around and seeing, okay, how this person live, how this person carry themselves.
Yep.
Can I see myself with this person?
How does a person solve their problems? How does the person
There you go.
deal with issues, and do they go over it, or is there something in me that could teach that person? Or we could bounce off, we could bounce off ways that we handle stuff.
Yeah.
And maybe that, I always say, like, in 50-50, like I say 100-100. It's anything that has to happen to stay afloat.
Yeah.
And it's not just financial.
It's not just financial.
It's emotionally, it's spiritually. Seriously.
Yeah, it really is.
Because, like, I could hold a grudge. Like, I could hold a grudge.
Yeah, I don't know. Mr. Producer is a Sagittarius.
Yes.
Sagittarius.
So, I'll cut you off quick, not talk to you again. You dead to me, but hey, we cool though.
Like, who this?
We cool though, but I'm not gonna deal with you no more.
I cut you off, you dead to me, but we cool.
I see you in the streets. I ain't got no problem with you. You feel me? But I say that to say with my significant other, she showed me how to forgive. Like she showed me how to like me and my friend had an argument and I can talk to them later and we gonna make sure we talk this out.
I love that.
Because you're my friend.
I love that.
We gonna talk this out. We gonna figure this out.
Yes.
And she showed me that in so many different ways.
Yeah.
And I needed that because I'm gonna cut you off quick. You know? So,
I'd be the same way. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah. So you learn so my point to that is you're gonna learn from the person you with, hopefully.
Yeah.
Right? And grow with that person. It's not just financially. Even spiritually, meditating together.
Ooh.
You know?
Yeah.
Even meditating. She be bothering me like, oh, I want to meditate with you. I want to meditate. Show me how to meditate. Until one day in the middle of the night, we just got up and just like, let's meditate. And I was like, you know what, let's go.
That sounds like euphoric. Is that the word I'm trying to think of? Euphoric.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Love that.
Yeah, I'm getting into my meditating vibes now.
I'm
still learning. I'm finding out different ways to. I think for now, like, remember, like when I was going through the pain, I was do the self-reflection stuff. Now it's like changing into trying to meditate or trying to find what I need to do my own basically my own self-healing.
Yeah.
So then it's like, okay, Lily, sit still.
Yeah.
Just sit still.
Yeah.
Don't think of nothing.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's true. When you're out and about, you have to deal with so many things all at once.
Yeah.
Just take a moment. You deserve a moment to just sit still.
Yeah.
You're going to get back to the stuff, but you can't go into everything thinking like, I'm horrible at multitasking. So it's like, in my
you
brain.
Are.
Facts.
Okay, guys.
Fendi facts, biggest facts, major facts,
Hey,
facts.
We could put that in the keyboard. I'm going to put that in the keyboard.
Fendi facts.
Facts on facts on facts. Facts on facts on facts.
Taking accountability, guys. Okay, I am horrible.
Sending the facts over. Yes, all that. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Who needed that? Go.
So, taking accountability, I'm really bad at multitasking. I just want to be able to basically piece everything little by little, or like, Lily, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Literally say that to myself. But I feel like that's an effect, or that's I wouldn't say a consequence. It's another word. Like a reason why it's happening. So like, I guess a consequence of always trying to be strong, always trying to handle everything at once. So that's like from years and years of being numb. That's years and years of being strong and not showing the people around me that I have a million things going on in my head. So that's why I can't focus on that one.
Right.
Yeah. And now being able in a safe place, or surrounding myself with people that, okay, Lily, just say that.
Yeah.
Just say that.
Just say it. Just say it. Like I was saying before, like, me and Lily go through things, but we really have to have like a sit down, come to Yahweh conversation, okay? Like we really have to come to that and be like, just say what it is, you
Because
know?
we're both two strong women. So
Girl.
it's like, we're not used to that. We're not used to showing our emotions. We're
Yeah.
not used to, at least not showing our real emotions. Like now, it's we're getting softer.
Girl.
So now we could do that. But it's like how we do our check-ins. Our check-ins is like, what's really going on?
Yeah.
Like, don't give me the corporate answer. Everything's fine now. What's really going on?
You know, it's so wild. It just reminded me of another time I had to be strong. So this was the craziest thing, right? Because obviously, like, we're podcasters, you know, professional makeup artists, production with Mr. Producer. I do a lot of hosting, media, da. And there was somebody that I really care about who really disappointed me one day. Like, came last minute, disappointed me. And to the point where I don't cry easily. But this hurt my feelings so bad, I cried. But y'all, I had to be on a Zoom call literally in 3 minutes from the time that I got the call from this person. And it had to be like a your turn on your camera.
Yeah, you
Zoom,
have to
right?
be seen.
So I go from crying, like, I can't believe why would you do this to me? Like the hurt to like, you know, wiping my face, to get on this camera, to now having to just like go through the conversation, crack some jokes, laugh, you know, just try to be my normal self. But that shit was hard. And at that moment, I felt numb because I was like, why would you do this to me? You disappointed me so bad. And then I had to now get on a Zoom call in front of whomever and like be strong.
Yeah.
Like that was the craziest. Have you ever done that?
Definitely.
That is insane to me. That was
Do
my
that all the
first time
time.
that's ever happened. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't even imagine having to do this again. Like,
So, question, did you focus on what the Zoom call was about, or were
absolutely,
you
because
just
I had to handle my business. You know what I mean? It was
Good.
something for me, but I felt like I kind of came across like there's something there. You could tell my eyes was puffy.
Yeah.
It was just, I didn't have Lily to retouch my face. So I was just like, fixing myself up. But that shit was different. You know what I mean? I remember listening to 85 South show, right? What has DC Young Fly, Chico, and I
Chico
can't
Bean.
Yeah, and the other guy, can't remember his name, but he's the one. Sorry, I can't remember your name right now. But he was saying that
Carlos Miller.
Carlos, yes. So he was saying how he had a show on New Year's and his mother, he just got word that his mother passed away. And he literally was about to walk on stage and like do his whole set. And when he described that to me, that was like a numbing moment too.
Yeah.
Like, your mom's just passed away. You have to go on this and entertain all these people. Like, strong or numb?
But
Strong or numb?
It's such a fine line because
It is a fine line.
Because DC Young Fly in his situation, like he
Yeah.
still was cracking jokes at the funeral.
Yeah.
Right? To lighten the mood of everyone else.
Yeah.
But I wonder what he was going through it.
Right. He talks about that. Like,
Yeah.
you know, if you've been living under a rock, you know, the mother of his 3 children, his, you know, longtime significant other passed away from surgery. And
Condolences.
yes, sincerest condolences. I've never felt attached to people who I didn't know like that. But between Nipsey Hussle and her, I shed tears because I was like, wow. And now you have to go out in front of the world
And keep going.
and keep going.
You know what it is? It's because he gave us nothing but joy.
Yes.
It's never one moment I can witness where DC Young Fly is like angry and mad.
Right.
And he wasn't like sharing joy. Like even through the Azalea Banks situation on the show, right? He was saying, leave me alone. I don't want to crack jokes on you. Like, leave me alone. You know, so for her to do something so tasteful after the fact, man,
super
that was
distasteful.
like, come on.
Yeah.
Man.
And I love how he talks about like his relationship with God and that being his foundation for strength. Because
Yes.
when all else fails, you really got to go back to source, whoever your source is,
Mhm.
like that's what's going to keep you strong
Always
for
as like I
sure.
said, that's what I say. God will never put you through something you can't handle.
Never,
Like
never, never, never.
it all, I feel like everything has its purpose.
Mhm.
And I think that just to take away from it feeling like, let's not get to the point where it gets numb. Understand
Yeah.
that strength is a power,
Oh, superpower.
right? It's a big superpower.
Bars.
Mhm.
And you should be able to understand, okay, that's in me. I have that strength, right?
Yeah.
But don't like misuse that power.
Yes.
Don't put yourself in positions just because you know you're strong. Oh, I can handle it.
No. Ooh.
Don't put yourself in that position.
Yeah.
Don't go through it again. Reserve that strength for
Absolutely.
when moments that you don't expect, or moments like a family member passing,
Mhm.
or you have to you lose your job and you have to find a way. Reserve that strength for those moments
Ooh,
where
that's
you
good.
basically go into, like, we always, like, me and JB always say, soldier mode,
Yeah.
right? Like that's when you gotta
Soldier
go.
through.
Yeah, you gotta like,
Soldier
you
mode.
don't want to, but you
Yeah.
have to.
Wow.
So it's like just so you could get it done,
Mhm.
So that's the only thing I really wish I could, for anyone who's going through that type of situation where they feel numb already. Like, nah, I always say you could restart it. You could create, tomorrow is another day. So it's like, try to.
Yeah.
Like, I'm saying that to myself right now because,
Okay.
like, tomorrow's another day. Just try to do it. If there
Yeah.
is mistakes that you did, it's cool. Don't be too
Mhm.
hard on yourself. That's another thing people be on. They be hard on themselves.
Yeah.
So it's like, so on top of being strong and carrying this whole world on you, you're also gonna like step on yourself. Come on.
No, absolutely not. It made me just think of like, okay, you know how like iron sharpens iron, right?
Mhm.
So if I'm in a stage in my life where I cannot be on the phone or associate with people who like are super negative. Like
Okay.
you got 3 minutes to vent about whatever it may be, and then we got to move forward
Mhm.
because that alone will like penetrate you in the worst way.
Mm.
So if you don't have strength to deal with somebody else's numbness or whatever else they
Mhm.
got going on, respectfully tell them, I just don't have room. I don't have
Yeah.
space.
Yeah.
Like, let's try this again another day. A lot less time, but like, let's do
Mhm.
it over again because I ain't
Mhm.
got space. Like emotionally dumping, like people
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
emotionally dumped on people. And now I'm realizing when it happens to me, I'm like, oh, I ain't got space for
Mhm.
it. I
But
can't do
sometimes
it.
I think it's okay to vent though.
Absolutely.
Like, it's okay to vent, but don't vent and then the next day you vent about the same thing.
Yeah.
And then the next week you vent about the same thing. And
Yeah.
it's like,
Mhm.
so are you not gonna do anything
But how
to
long
solve
can
it?
somebody vent before you're like, all right?
You don't know how deep it is
Jeez.
to them though. That's just, it could be really deep. It could be, they could be probably giving you like the scratch off the surface, and they just
Mm.
want to see how you react or how open you are to hearing that.
That's true.
Yeah,
Because
that
that's
is
me.
true.
That's true.
I
That
could
is
open
true.
up and just give you the very surface part of it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's way deeper.
But
Yeah.
also, I think for me, it's like, don't. Okay, I'm trying to be as kitty hands with this, like, because for me, I'm a very get to the point type of person.
Get to the point.
Like,
Yes, you are,
Get to the
Mr.
point.
Producer.
get to the
Please.
point, or I'm like, no
We're grown.
excuses,
We're
or
grown.
like, just make a choice, make a decision. Right.
Yeah.
That's who I am.
Yeah.
Like, I could walk into the store and I can scan, and if I don't see what I want, I'm out.
Keep it moving.
Right.
Mhm.
So
And I'm an options person.
right. but I'm the type of person is, don't call me if you want me to tell you what you want to hear.
Ooh,
Mm.
okay.
Nah, I'm not doing that.
Jeez. I could just imagine.
Because I'm not
Yep.
telling myself what I want to hear.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna sit on the phone and lie to you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's someone who cares. I'm not gonna lie, because
Absolutely.
that's gonna be the person who tells you the truth.
Absolutely.
Like, yeah,
And you need that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a Sean friend
Definitely.
sharpening another friend, you
Yeah.
know, like
Mhm.
for sure.
Absolutely. That's a real friend.
That's
someone
so
who's
good.
gonna tell you how to get out of it. You're not gonna want to hear it because
Mhm.
you're numb to it.
Yeah.
So the person's gonna literally tell you, this is what you gotta do, and you're just like, you didn't
Mhm.
expect that. You expected the person to just it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna get through. No.
And I think we're too grown to have somebody be
Oh,
yes
yeah.
people to us. You know what I mean? Like we too grown. There's too much at stake. You know, like you need the most honest, authentic people around you because
Yes.
life is already a lot.
You
know?
learn from like people in life are teachers. Everyone.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yes.
you learn from everyone around
Absolutely.
you, right? Like I don't have a huge family. Like my family is immediate. Like I'm the second oldest from my mom, right? My grandma already passed away, right? My granddad on my dad's side already passed away. So it's like the immediate family is the young kids,
Yeah.
me, my bigger brothers and sisters, right? So I learned from you, like, damn, man, I want to keep my family tight like that too. And like I said, I learned from Lily, like, oh man, I can't hold a grudge, you know, things like that. Or I'll come back to her and say, you know what, you said something and it made a lot of sense. You know, I'm gonna try that.
Yeah.
You
Because
know,
there's certain things that each person has their journey.
Yeah.
There's stuff that's happened to them in their past.
Absolutely.
And one of the things, I have a very small family. And the reason why I have a very small family is because we've lost people. And we've lost people tragically. So when I see you with your family, all your siblings, I see Javian with his family and his siblings, I'm just like, y'all have y'all siblings.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I had to see my go.
Yeah.
You know, so I always tell people, bro, I've seen a person one day and expect them to see them every single day, and they were just gone.
And that's what I think about often.
Yeah,
I think
so-
about that, like honoring the people that are here with you because of stories like that, you know, like that has to be the hardest thing. And it's something that I am fearful about. You know, I know death is inevitable, but it definitely is like, I've never had that so close
Yeah.
to me happen, let alone like.
So trust me,
siblings.
there's plenty of times for y'all to be strong.
Yeah.
So don't waste that power. Don't waste that.
yeah.
That
That's so good, yeah.
And I agree. I agree with Sharrell because I haven't had that, you know, that passing so close to me as well. Because even with my grandma, I was already in America, right? So when I heard that she was sick and my mom sent me back to Jamaica to, you know, check her out and, you know, spend time with her, it was kind of awkward for me. So I kind of like,
because you didn't have that
I
relationship.
no, I had a great relationship
Okay.
with her when I was growing up, but I came here when I was 15.
Right.
And I went back in my like 20s.
Okay.
Right? Or I want to say even before my 20s actually. No. I went back maybe around 17, 18
What made it
for the
awkward?
first time. One, she wasn't the same, like
Okay.
because she had Alzheimer's. So
Ah,
I'm not used
okay.
to seeing my grandma, the person that take care of me and did everything for me.
And her memory
woman,
slipped.
And
Yeah,
the
wow.
strong,
Wow,
like
wow.
we talking about the strong woman. I wasn't used to seeing her
Seeing
that
them
way.
weak.
So I was
Wow.
being weak at the time, and I was young, but I was being weak. And the house that I was staying at was right next door.
Wow.
Right. And I wasn't able to go over there as much as I wanted to because I was so like hurt and like, damn, nobody not really taking care of her like that.
Yeah.
But I was young. I couldn't do anything either.
Yeah.
And then one day I went and I sat on her lap and she said, Fabian, this Fabian? Oh no, y'all lying. This is not Fabian because she remembered for a split second.
Wow.
Right. And then when I came back to America, that's when I found out she passed.
Wow.
So I didn't get the, like you were saying, like I'm with her every day, you know? I got the distance and then I found out because I think it would have hurt me even more because I still think of her every day.
Yeah.
Right? I have a picture of her like at my door when I used to live by myself. Like there was a picture of her at my front door.
Wow.
Right? So so the being strong after losing someone, I haven't like witnessed that yet.
With someone so close.
Close.
Like, geez,
Yeah. But I still think of her every day. Like
Yeah, of course.
if like a bird comes by my car or something, I'd be like,
The signs.
It's a
Yeah.
sign.
You know, it's always
Yeah.
the signs.
Yeah.
That's the beautiful part of life,
Yeah.
you know?
So I just wish people could understand that. Like, trust me, you guys gonna have moments where you gonna cry. If you have the option to not cry, don't put yourself there.
No, because it's so therapeutic though.
There's so much that we can we could focus on away from just staying in pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
The negative zone. That's what I call it.
Oh, the negative. Yeah,
The
you know
negative
what? The
zone?
negative zone. I need to get out the negative zone.
Gotta
I'm
stay.
still
Oh.
working on it, so that's why I could kind of like attach.
I like that
I'm
though.
still
You're in the
growing
negative
from
zone.
it.
You're heading towards the negative zone.
yeah.
You turn. I
Abort,
like
abort,
that.
abort.
I like that.
Yeah. the
Every
negative
time like
zone.
something happens and you automatically think negative, you're in the negative
Mr.
zone.
Producer always has like the catchphrases.
Right.
Like it was
Negative zone.
before sorry to cut your wisdom. I love that. Sorry to cut your wisdom. I love that so much. Yeah. We're gonna still be strong, but also like notice what our weaknesses are,
Mhm.
what
course.
makes us numb. You know, like literally life is a whole journey every day of working on yourself. Lord, it's every day.
Mm-hmm.
Every day?
Every day.
Like sometimes, and when you talked about being still, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so this morning, okay, by the time you see this, just know that morning, okay, Sharrell was talking about. So I'm at my altar and I'm just praying, but like I'm also limiting how much I'm talking, right? So I'm thanking God, I'm thanking my honorable ancestors, known and unknown, the ones who are here to protect me and guide me. And I'm speaking all these things that I'm feeling and like the vision that I just got like over my life, right? But then I made sure for the rest of the day to just keep it to myself and be still. Wait to get the confirmation. Like that, there's so much power in just shutting the hell up and waiting for the confirmation.
Right.
When I tell you, and there's so much power in having intimate time with God. So even when you feel like you're being too strong, right? Have that conversation. Or if you feel like you're being like you're really down and numb, like have that go have intimate conversations with God so you can like figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sometimes we run to so many other people when it's like God is just waiting on us to get that time instead.
Run to people that probably don't even have they can't help you. They don't know how to give you that advice or something because they haven't gone through it. So it's like, nah, just sit still and heal yourself and just understand what's going on and then find different solutions for it.
Absolutely.
Get it in your head, Lily. Get it in your head.
Yeah, man. All of us.
Like, nah, for real.
No, but that's real though when she's like getting in your head, because even for me, like I don't want to be a hypocrite. So anything I tell someone, I got to live it.
Yeah.
So if I'm on this podcast telling you something, like I have to live it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I'm telling you, I read this in this book, like I got to be able to quote certain things. Like I love how you brought up the TD Jakes quote, because I was like, oh man, I listen to a lot of his stuff too, even though I'm not a Christian. Like he just be dropping them bars.
Listen,
man.
old school gems.
Man, he be dropping them bars.
Old school gems.
So you gotta walk it, talk it. You gotta live it. You can't just. And we human. We're gonna make mistakes.
Absolutely.
You know, and you deserve a down day. You know, or a reset.
Exactly.
It's not even a down day. It's
no
a
longer
reset.
down days.
Yeah.
It's gonna be resets.
Yeah.
I had a reality check recently because I'm prone to going into the negative zone. Right.
You turn.
Right. So I had a little reality check that when you're in the negative zone, you can't focus on all the good stuff that you actually got going on. Like you solely focus on bad. You solely focus on what you don't have.
What do you think gets you there? Like, and
that gets you into
like,
negative
yeah,
zone?
like what?
Particularly
what are
me?
like what are some things that you?
I overthink. I create conclusions. I jump to conclusions. I'm being totally honest here.
Yeah.
I jump to conclusions because I wouldn't say a victim, but I was raised by someone that put me in the negative. That was always in the negative zone. So the negative zone is all I knew.
Yeah.
I could never see the bright side of things. So me as an adult now, I'm trying to unlearn that. I'm trying to fight it. It's hard. I'm not gonna lie. It's extremely hard.
Because you grew up in that.
Yeah, I grew up in that. Like always being in fear. Always don't take a risk. Stay settle. So now it's the opposite. And now being able to like touch things and be like, I can take this risk. I took a risk. Going into beauty school, that was a risk. I left the whole waitressing job that was paying my bills and doing all that. And I quit and I said, I'm going to go to beauty school. That was a risk. That it was completely against everything. But you know what? I went into my reserved strength. I said, I'm doing this for me. I'm going to do it. I believe in myself. I'm not gonna think about the negative. That was, I guess, the one time that I was like on hopes and dreams. I literally moved on hopes and dreams.
Sometimes that's all you got. Okay, that's
literally. I literally
and faith.
And faith. I literally that was it. I remember like literally like I can remember me holding like my school schedule, like beauty school schedule, and I'm like, all right, I went this far.
Yeah.
I gotta go get my uniform, and just move from there. And then ever since that moment, just keep going forward, So that's what I'm saying. Like, reserve your strength for moments like that, because those type of things can catapult you into like where you're supposed to be.
That's so good.
But it's true.
Reserve your strength. Times like that.
Because I was going, trust me, at that same time, I was going through it. It was the relationship with the father. I was going through. I was in pain, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna do it. Did I expect things to go the way that they were coming? No, but did God know?
Okay.
Yeah.
God always got beginning to the end. Okay.
God did.
Okay.
So I just had to be strong at that moment. I had to be strong. And that's where I had to use that power.
It's the best though. Like when you conquer the shit that you were going through and you're like, I did it. You know what I mean? Or I dragged myself up out of it. Or just God just sprinkled some like extra strength in you. Like that extra burst of wind that you need. You know what I mean? Those are the best times. I love moments like that.
You always say a quote like, life is going life, or life be lifing.
Life be lifing. It really do.
So it's always gonna life. Life is always gonna life. It's always gonna be an obstacle. You know what I mean? So it's just like how you look at it coming your way. It's like you'll have a million things go right and then one thing go wrong, and that's what you focus on.
When that thing go wrong, it's just like, when that thing goes wrong, it's like, why do we do that to ourselves? Like, there's so much to be grateful for and thankful for.
Or when you fail, or when someone fails, right? They solely focus on that failure, and then like they stop. It's like, nah, you're supposed to fail. You're supposed to be able to like, what is, there's a quote that I just don't remember who says it, but it's like, it's not how many times you fall, it's how many times you get up.
Yes.
What do you need to get up? You need strength to get up.
Yeah.
So it's like, no, it's not how many times you fall. You have to get up and you have to try again. You're not going to be able to do things off the first try. No one does. When a baby falls down trying to walk, how many times the baby falls down?
Absolutely.
Right?
It's like strength and discipline is one and the same. Yeah.
Definitely. It's a power. So it's like you have to be able to understand that.
Yeah.
And don't let it just fall onto like, you stressing over this and you stressing over something that's temporary. You stressing over something that's an option.
Yeah.
You stressing over something that, you don't have to stress about. Because like you said, life is all life.
Ooh, Lily came in on board.
For real, Lily. I had some few options flash through my mind just now. Some of these Negroes is options. What's going on? I just thought about that.
Message brought to you by meditating.
That's good. Listen, there's some good meditation stuff on YouTube. Just type in Black women meditation, Black men meditation.
Yeah.
There's some fire on there. Trust me.
Oh, speaking of meditation, so I have a few leads for my Black therapist.
Oh, so we got a therapist?
Not yet. I'm still vetting. But I have the leads who I want to go to and work with. I cannot wait. Ooh, I can't wait, Lord. Because recently I've been dating and I've asked, the guys who I've been dating, like, what's something that I kind of, what's a flaw of mine? And one of the guys said, sometimes I act like a little girl. Like when certain conflicts come up, I get into like my inner child real quick. And I'm like, damn, I thought I conquered like my inner
Did he
child.
use the word immature?
No, he never used immature because it would have
Good.
went left real quick.
Okay.
You know? Did he? No, he didn't use immature.
Inner child is nicer.
Yeah. I said inner child. He says like a little girl. And I was like, I'm a grown ass woman. But I got that. So I can't wait to get a therapist.
So like tantrums. So like adult tantrums, I guess.
Yeah, like adult tantrums.
That's what I call them.
But I'm like, hello, I'm emotional.
Throwing some adult tantrums too.
Well, yeah, I was about to ask what you consider as adult tantrums. I know we are an hour in, but before we wrap up.
So it could be something like, you know, I'm trying to think one thing that's happened. Oof. What's something that's happened recently where I had a tantrum?
Sharrell ain't trying to tell the real.
Hey, you know, I got real selective real quick.
I'll say for me, my adult tantrums.
The producer calling me out.
Let me save you real quick. So
thank you, friend.
Adult tantrums that I went through is like random outbursts of angers. Like I'll yell and scream and like,
you?
Yes. Yes.
Her?
Yes. Yes. Y'all don't
He
see
don't
it
believe-
though.
You be yelling to yourself. Who you yelling to?
I'm by myself.
Okay. I'm like, you
I'll
yelling?
be in the car punch. Like, okay.
Okay.
Open the door, close.
Okay, because I'm trying to picture you going crazy with people there.
I do. Like, I do. If you didn't know, those, yeah.
He's like, I don't know.
I do. But I have to, because it's just like, I don't want to do it in front of people.
Yeah.
Because then you're going to call me out and be like, you're having a tantrum.
Yeah.
So let me just hit a pillow real quick, throw something.
Yeah.
Just so that little part of me or that old part of me that I'm trying to be like, no, stop it, can just have its outburst. But now I do it not in front of people. It's like just me like dealing with myself at that moment. And I literally like do want to and then collect myself and go. Like get that little burst of anger before I cuss somebody out that I don't want to cuss out.
But like is that numb though? That sounds like numbness to me.
I think it's a way of
frustration and aggravation.
We're all different, right? So for me, it's how I'm dealing with. I'm not gonna lie. Yes, I was someone that was numb, and I still consider I do have some numb moments. But I feel like you have to do like trial and error on how to fix those type of stuff.
Yes.
Basically, back in the day, I had no problem cussing somebody out.
Okay.
Back in the day, I had no problem of outbursting that way in front of people because I just didn't get. And then that's an adult tantrum.
I was doing straight hood rat shit.
But that's an adult tantrum. So now I'm like, no, I'm in a space where I'm around somebody or I'm around people I do care about. I do not, just because I'm angry and I want to cuss right now, it doesn't mean that the person that I'm going to cuss to deserves it.
Yeah.
I'm just angry
That's
and
real.
I don't know how to handle it, right? Because I don't want to make the same mistakes I made before and create a real problem out of something that couldn't be a problem. So I hopefully that can transform for me not to do that, but I guess it's a way of me kind of like growing and a way of like, okay, now I do it secluded. Now only I see myself and I put myself in check before I go into having a conversation with somebody or say something I didn't mean to say.
That's really good because also like if somebody has that much power over you when you lash out like that, like they literally have the power over you. And I'm in a space now where I'm like, oh, I don't want anyone to feel like they got power over me. So let me go check myself first.
Exactly.
And to bring it back to like homie who kind of was just like your inner child or whatever, like he was tripping. I wasn't the problem. He was the problem. And I'm just going to leave it like that.
And on the next
Before
episode.
we go, I just want to clear that air, okay?
So if you're watching, you're the problem, not me.
That was a little childish.
I really be holding myself accountable. But right now I'm just being petty.
See, that's why the memes is so real about women not taking accountability.
Oh, come on.
No, we take
We're
accountability.
going to get there.
Of course.
We are.
Of course.
We're gonna get there.
On the Be Selfish podcast, we grow over here, man.
We grow. And you guys, make sure you follow, comment, subscribe.
All the time.
Get our YouTube. We need 500 subscribers.
We do.
ASAP.
So share it.
Let's get to 500 subscribers. Can we do that?
Are we gonna do a giveaway if we get to 500?
Yeah, let's do a giveaway.
What do we give away?
Ooh, this would be good.
The productive kitty shirt.
Productive kitty.
I like that.
Stay tuned to find out what it means.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna drop some merch.
Yep.
We'll have we'll make a little mystery goodie box.
Yes.
For the 500 subscriber.
Write that down, Mr. Producer. Write that down.
That's hard.
Yeah, we're gonna do a giveaway for sure. Let's get our YouTube to 500 subscribers.
500 subscribers.
Yes. And still SoundCloud, iHeart, wherever you like to listen on any streaming platform, follow Be Selfish Podcast. And slide in our DMs. Yeah, let's talk.
On that, wait.
What?
Well, you can slide into Sharrell's DM. But
We don't know about that still.
I don't know, because last time you said somebody slide in my DM, I had to restrict this man. Okay,
there's people sliding in my DMs for you, and I'm like, she got a whole become a whole secretary for.
We need them to subscribe.
Yes, are you subscribed?
That's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Okay, yeah,
that's it. Now I know. Did you subscribe? Did your mom subscribe? Your grandpa? Anyone you know?
Don't
subscribe.
Don't follow me on my personal page. Go to Be Selfish, okay? Flood our DMs on the Be Selfish Podcast Instagram page.
Good luck with that.
And yeah. And I like the idea about the letters too, to write us.
Oh, definitely. And we had a couple of people hit us up about stories and stuff. So y'all could definitely write us. Y'all could even write us in the DM if you guys want to. We are about to have open up a P.O. box for y'all. So y'all could actually send us letters, send us memorabilia or whatever you guys want to send us. But
yes,
for now, if y'all just want to write y'all story, we could definitely show it. We could definitely talk about it. And if you have a topic you guys want us to talk about, that too, we taking in suggestions.
I love that. Because we would love to have everybody here, but we physically can't. So we'll read some of your letters and go from there. Yeah. Are we gonna do a cheers?
We can.
Let's do it.
I'll do mine from behind the scenes.
I can never.
You can never reach your cup.
I'm gonna get a little side right here. Boom.
We got to figure it out. Let's do a cheers to love and success. Do you have anything you want to add? I'm loving success this year. Okay,
I'll add cheers to, of course, yes, love and success, and to helping people love themselves first.
Yes,
definitely.
I love that.
And if we gotta heal from the negativity,
which we do,
we gotta reserve our strength.
Yes.
Don't be numb.
Yep.
Stay out the negative zone.
Stay out the negative zone.
You turn.
So yeah, I cheers to that. Just changing that.
Mr. Producer, you got anything?
Prosperity, man. Love and God.
Amen.
Hey.
Cheers. Here we go.
Bop, bop, bop.